I'm not going to do the physical description.
Can you tell me why you're not going to do the physical description?
Because
Do you have a reason?
I go nuts every time I do.
I think you absolutely have to, because I think it's integral.
Integral.
Yes.
The young woman was tall, with a figure of perfect elegance on a large scale. She had hips.
Yes. Yeah.
She had curves. I love him. He's so good at this. She had dark and abundant hair, so glossy that it threw off the sunshine with a gleam. This is why that piece about Pearl is so important, because you start doing the numbers and you're like, how the hell does she keep her hair clean? Because she's naturally just gorgeous.
Yep.
It's just nature, right? And a face which, besides being beautiful from regulatory of feature and richness of complexion, she had great skin.
Porcelain goddess.
Had the impressiveness belonging to a marked brow and deep black eyes.
The fact that he goes into that much detail is kind of important.
Oh, it's not. We're not even done.
Keep going.
She was ladylike, too, after the manner of the feminine gentility of those days, characterized by a certain state and dignity rather than by the delicate, evanescent, and indescribable grace. In other words, she's aristocratic. She carries herself as an aristocrat, but she's strong. It's like she has the power, and she knows she has the power. She's not this dainty little princess, right? And that's what he's distinguishing here. She's not fragile. Which is now recognized as an indication. And never had Hester Prynne appeared more ladylike in the antique interpretation of the term than as she issued from the prison. Whew. Wow! Those who had before... This is why I don't like the Demi Moore version. There's no way she would have worn a fucking cap on her head.
No, she's going to show off her hair.
Oh, yeah.
And this, for the time, is slutty.
Yes. Very naughty.
Very naughty.
She's owning it.
Yes, she is. Yeah, understand, I'm not saying she's a slut.
Yeah, I know.
But I'm saying they would have regarded that as being slutty.
Well, they've already condemned her as an adulteress.
Yes.
So they've already made up their mind. So she's just saying, fine.
Yeah, Demi Moore never should have put on that cap. Ever.
God, that was so stupid. I need to do a movie adaptation of the Scarlet. I need to blow everybody away.
You can be Hester. It'll be great.
No. I think I'd be a good Chillingsworth.
I don't know, Dimsdale?
No, I'm not skinny enough to be Dimsdale. You gotta be like, almost dead to be Dimsdale.
Christopher Walken.
Christopher Walken.
Is
Hester,
Dimsdale.
I love you.
The Continental.
Yeah, the Continental.
Anyway,
you cannot prove that is my. I'm doing William Shatner.
Because it's really easy to do when you're trying to do Christopher Walken.
I know. It's insane. Oh my God. All right.
You never see them in the same room together. You ever notice that?
Interessante.
Keep going.
Those who had before known her and had expected to behold her dimmed and obscured by a disastrous cloud were astonished, even startled, to perceive how her beauty shone out and made a halo of the misfortune and ignominy in which she was enveloped. She was glowing.
She had an aura.
She was glowing.
And you were going to skip this bit.
I know.
You can't. I mean, it matters.
It matters so much because she's glowing.
She's wonderful.
The first thing you see her do is say, "Fuck you, get your hand off me." Mm-hmm. And then she does that natural inclination to pull the kid to cover the A, and then she says, "Nope, I'm not going to let them win." That's what that moment is I'm not going to let them win. And so she brings the kid down and then shows it. And then this is the beauty of it. She grins and scans the crowd.
Oh my God.
God. All right, we're going to skip to...
I could listen to that description of her all day.
I know, right? Jesus. Oh, I like this. I will say this. It may be true that to a sensitive observer, there was something exquisitely painful in it. Her attire, which indeed she had wrought for the occasion in prison and had modeled much after her own fancy, seemed to express the attitude of her spirit, the desperate recklessness of her mood by its wild and picturesque peculiarity. Recklessness. Okay.
It never gets old.
Now, we're skipping a little bit. They brought her up on the platform. And this thing you got to remember, okay? You got to set the scene. There's a platform. In front of the platform is a balcony. Right? No. I'm getting this wrong. The platform, and then behind the platform, there's a balcony, and that's where all the statesmen are. The church leaders and all that stuff, right? And they're looking down on her. In front of the platform are the townsfolk. And then across from it is the prison. Right? So, and they're all, everybody's standing there. And she's got her back to the crowd, facing the balcony where the clergy is. And Reverend Wilson first tries to get her to confess, but she won't do it. So he says, okay, well, I have taken the pains to talk to your minister, Master Dimsdale. And so he encourages Dimsdale to go up there and get her to confess. So he steps out. He says, Hester Prynne, leaning over the balcony and looking down steadfastly into her eyes. So he's locked eyes with her. Now here's what this good man says, and seest the accountability on which I labor. If thou feelest it to be for thy soul's peace, and that thy earthly punishment will thereby be made more effectual to salvation, I charge thee to speak out the name of thy fellow sinner and fellow sufferer. So he tells her, speak, tell us who. Be not silent for any mistaken pity and tenderness for him. So don't worry about him. Don't carry any guilt for him. Speak. Believe me, Hester, though he were to step down from a high place and stand there beside thee on the pedestal of shame, yet better were it so than to hide a guilty heart through life. So he tells her, if you speak my name, and of course we don't realize this because we don't realize Dimsdale is the dad.
Not yet. No.
Right? We find out. But this moment, he's talking directly to her and say, speak my name and I will come and stand with you. Don't fear. Hester shook her head. Woman! It's so good. Woman, transgress not beyond the limits of heaven's mercy, cried the Reverend Mr. Wilson more harshly than before. That little babe hath been gifted with a voice to second and confirm the counsel which thou hast heard. Speak out the name, that and thy repentance may avail to take the scarlet letter off thy breast. So they're dangling this idea, if you speak the name, we'll take the letter off.
That wouldn't matter anyway, though.
Her response, never. It is too deeply branded. You cannot take it off. And of course, she's referring to Pearl here. And would that I might endure his agony as well as mine. Now, she said, I didn't mention this, she says all this looking into the deep and troubled eyes of the younger clergyman. She's looking at Dimsdale. And she's telling him, fuck you.